All right. Morning, everyone. Everyone up and awake after the Universal party last night? Free booze? Okay. My name is Dave Myers. I am a PM on the Outlook web team, and we're here to talk about what's the latest and greatest on web. So last year at Ignite, we announced the opt-in for a brand new version of the web that was completely rewritten from the ground up. And now we're excited to announce that it is the default experience for almost everyone in Office 365, unless you're in a couple of the government clouds, but that's coming in the next month or two, so don't worry. A big part of this rewrite was around focus on speed, reliability, and satisfaction. So not only when we talk about speed is the core foundation to make the app fast, but also allowing us to improve our agility in the product. Along with satisfaction, we stayed in the opt-in for a really long time. Some of you are probably really excited just to get over and we have one experience, but we did this to make sure that everyone was satisfied with the product and that we were developing something that the change was better for everyone. And so during this opt-in, we got a lot of great feedback from everyone. I'll mention, this is user voice. Please go there, continue to add feedback. We love seeing it, and this really helps us kind of guide our product roadmap. But we got a lot of feedback, and we made a lot of changes based on your feedback. And so there's a long list, but I'll mention a couple. So we added the Gal contact picker in the compose form. We did better capabilities for calendar print. We added Skype for business support back in presence. We still have a little bit more to do with Teams, but that's coming soon. We also added the up next preview, and so you can see our new meeting, and that's kind of a new experience we'll get into in a sec. And then tweak the module navigation. I think this was one of the biggest ones that we got a lot of feedback from folks that they didn't like the new design where it opened a new tab. So based on your feedback, we changed that back, and it's consistent in the same tab. Now we're looking forward to continuing the innovation and then also bringing the same experience and rewrite to the mobile web. And we'll give a little teaser of that in a little bit too. Okay, aside from modernizing or delivering a great new experience, we try to modernize the development stack so we could go a lot faster and bring a lot of new innovation to you. When we look at the mission for Outlook, it's to connect, organize, and get things done. And we do this by focusing in a few areas right now. One is intelligence. We've seen that as kind of like a big topic across the conference this week. Bringing in things like Project Cortex, the machine learning that we have with Microsoft AI, and leveraging that to really allow you to be more efficient and to give you better insights. Time management, and this kind of spans the typical thing that we see with calendar, but also goes into to-dos and tracking your projects and things you need to do there. Office. Outlook's part of Office, but we're always looking to bring in more and kind of integrate that experience, do smarter things. You saw probably earlier in the week Fluid Framework and kind of bringing those in as well. And then finally, trust and security. Not the coolest thing, or the sexiest thing for your users, but it's very important for admins. And we make sure that we're bringing a lot of new capabilities so we can protect content. Okay, so let's jump over into the demos. All right, here we go. Okay, so where I'll start here is with one of the new features that we brought back from the last experience that we mentioned based on your feedback. And this is the up next. And so not only did we bring this back, we didn't just copy it over, but we gave a brand new, improved and refreshed experience. So you'll see it now here up in the top right. One thing that's pretty neat is when you hover it over and you have multiple conflicts, it will rotate. And so you can see everything that's going on right now. When you click it, we bring out a to-do pane where you can see all of your events for the day in my agenda. Right now we have 2 conflicts, so I can't show you the cool thing, but we do have the ability to join and jump off right from this My Day agenda panel, jump into a Teams meeting, which is pretty awesome. When you only have one meeting there, you'll have the button right on the surface, and so it's really quick to go there. Along with this, because managing your time isn't just about the calendar, we've also integrated To-Do. And so this is the Microsoft To-Do, but it's built on the task backend and framework. And so what we've done is essentially converge to-dos and Outlook tasks. And so it's one thing on the back end. And this spans and syncs across all the different platforms. So whether you're using the to-do app on your phone, the to-do app in Windows, or Outlook, it's the same tasks. And here we also show multiple lists. And so you can see everything that you have in to-dos. It will also pull in Planner and Assign to Me. And then you have flagged emails as well. And again, the flagged emails will not only just be in Outlook, but they'll also go into the to-do apps. Another great thing with this new panel is that we can easily drag and drop things and add new tasks straight from email. So here's one where we need to get stickers for the booth, and drag this in, add it as a new task, and you'll see it there. And you can also quickly jump out into view the full email as well. Okay, so let's move on. Already demoed up next in my day, so now we're gonna jump into some of the triage stuff that we need to do. Okay, so probably most of us start our day jumping into triage, getting through all the mails. I'm gonna highlight a couple of things that we've added to make it faster and more efficient for you to triage. First thing I'll talk about is the customized actions. So here, when you hover over a message, we now let you choose exactly which ones you want to see. So for me, I'm a big archiver. Instead of mark as read, I have an archive button here. And so I can easily click it. I've already seen this picture, and then just archive it one click. Don't even have to open the message. Again, going back into efficiency, another thing that we're rolling out right now is RSVP actions in the list view. And so you can see a couple of these here, like remove. And essentially, when we get a message update, we don't have to open it. We don't have to go to the calendar to manage it. We can perform the actions right from the list view. And so here I can go and I can remove that message. I can scroll down and see another invite. Not only do we have the actions, but we also have all the relevant information right on the surface. So I can see that the breakfast meeting is set up for tomorrow morning, that I don't have conflicts, and then I can jump over here right away. So I open this, I can look at my calendar if I need to. If I do see conflicts, see that it's all right. I can add a message and respond yes. Again, the most efficient way that we can do it, bringing time management back into the inbox. Okay. Yep. Another thing that is great that we announced last year, but it's a big part of the new experience, is file previews in the list view. So we saw earlier that we showed the image preview in the list view. Now we have files, and this is both attachments and links to documents that are shared in the cloud. So this, going again with our efficiency models, I can click here and open directly from the list view. And so here we see side by side. I can view the content, respond to it, look at the document in Excel, make edits if I want. This is a lot of numbers. I don't know what's going on. So we'll look at that later. I don't want to lose track of it. So one new thing that we've added that is rolling out right now is the ability to snooze the message. So I don't really want to lose track. I know I need to come back later. I want this to come back in my inbox later tonight. So I'll just say this evening, discard that, and it goes away, and I'll come back later. This was another feature that we first saw in Outlook Mobile. We're bringing it to the web and making sure that it's consistent across all the Outlook experiences. Okay, another thing, sorry, I'm jumping around here a little bit when I triage. I'm not the most top to bottom person. Teams. There's been a lot of talk about Teams this week, huh? A lot of sessions. So we've talked about integrations. We obviously have a bunch of Teams integrations in Calendar, ability to join Teams meetings, create Teams meetings. Announced earlier this week was the ability to share a Teams message from Teams to Outlook via email and share an email into a Teams chat. One other thing that's pretty awesome that I like, because I'm not the most religious person when it goes to checking Teams, is if I get app mentioned or something like that, I get a notification. Now I don't have to go to Teams to respond. So here we're using the actionable message framework. I got a message from Grady asking if we went to the Exchange booth earlier, and I can click reply, add a message, and send that over. Like I mentioned, this is with that, and then you can click see more and see, yes, it came through. This is using the actionable message card. We saw similar things that we're going with integrations where we're really allowing people to respond across the different platforms of Microsoft right from the reading pane. So another example of this was Yammer with the new announcement. You're able to now comment on posts directly from the reading pane. And so again, we're looking to pull in more of these integrations and have a lot more dynamic content in the reading pane. Okay, now moving on. Next one here is talking about intelligence and ways that we're really looking to use AI to help you be more efficient. And so this is an example. It's been out for a little bit. We're continuing to refine it and using offline, online models, machine learning to really detect your voice and then reflect that in our suggested replies. So here's a quick email that Pradeep sent. I don't need to talk very much. I can just click a button. Sounds good, thanks. It's pretty much what I say all the time. Click send, and that's it. And it's literally almost no effort. And so that's just a little way that we're trying to make our lives easier, and that again is something that we've also brought into Outlook Mobile. We first developed and we're tuning on web, and so that AI is looking at you across the different devices and making sure that the voice is consistent there. Okay, another area where we've gone into attachments or gone into intelligence is also looking at attachments. So here, Megan is asking for new material on the marketing ideas. So I'll reply. And right away, I'll go down and I'll click an attachment. In here, you'll see a couple of suggested attachments, all that are on OneDrive. And it's not just your own OneDrive, but they'll also go across your groups or team sites. And this is looking at both your MRU as well as the content of your message to suggest attachments that you might want to reply with here. And so it's pretty much right, exactly. So I'll click the marketing slogans, and then it adds that as a link. The other one that I need to go on was the ad campaigns and check that out and make sure that's the right one. So I'm going to jump over to OneDrive real quick, open up the deck just to confirm if that's right, and so then copy the link and come back over. Paste that in. So what you're seeing there, we detected that it was a OneDrive link. And instead of having that big hyperlink or writing down, here's a link, copying it, making it into a hyperlink, pasted that in, it detected it, it went out and it found the file name and then made a really nice, beautiful link. You'll also see that it's red and has a little information detection thing. That's because I copied it directly out of the URL, because why wouldn't you want to copy it just out of the URL address bar? However, that doesn't usually work when you're sharing, as most of you probably know. So again, we've detected that it's a link, gone to OneDrive, and figured out that Megan doesn't have permission. So when I click here, it informs me of that. And then it also gives me a nice little dialog that allows me to change the link, give her access, and apply. So I don't know if this necessarily falls into the intelligence bucket that we're looking at, but we're definitely being a lot smarter with links in SharePoint and making it easier. And so hopefully kind of minimizing the cases where you're sending around a link and then you get 15 emails back saying I don't have access. All right, so we'll send that off. Okay, next one that we're continuing to go looking at all the different intelligence and suggestions and really making it easier through the Microsoft Assistants. So here we have another suggested reply. This time you'll see the third one is schedule a meeting. They're asking for a recap. So I click this, and here I jump right into calendar compose form with Megan, and it has the subject. And so again, just kind of making it easier, a little bit more efficient. But we'll also see that we have these suggested times right here. So again, doing the free busy automatically, finding the available times, and giving you a few here. And so I'll click one of these, and everyone's free. You can see that over on the right. And then I need to add a room. Again, we're trying to make it easier and help you more, and so we found suggested rooms based on what you've done in the past, based on the location of you and the attendee, and then the free busy of everyone. And so I can click on one of these right here. One other thing that we'll show with the room picker real quick, since we're already here, is we've added the ability to now do advanced search. And so I click one of these room lists, and I can go in here and I can filter based off of capacity, the features, floors, etc. And this is also available for admins to go in through commandlets and set your own metadata. And this can be any of the normal things like TVs, whiteboards, projectors, but also random stuff like coffee makers or bean bags, something like that. Okay, so I'll add the team here and then send that over. All right, that's a pretty good segue for us to jump into some of the calendar stuff and show some other cool features that we have there. So I'll click on calendar, navigating in the same tab based on everyone's feedback. And so, all right, Ignite is almost done. I think what I'm looking forward to most is going to Disney World after this. Contoso has an event set up for later today at Disney World, and so I click here. And again, going on our trend of assistant and intelligence and AI, what you'll see down here is meeting insights. And so we've essentially identified both documents that are on OneDrive that were shared with me and emails related to this event, and we've populated it there. And so we have the itinerary, the Disney World map. None of it is actually replying to the message or the invite. We've just pieced it together based on the conversations and subjects and things like that. But this is pretty much everything I need to know before we go to Disney World, which is a pretty nice feature. Okay, another thing that's new that's just shipping right now, we talked about the to-do panel. So here I open it up again in Calendar. This time I go over to do, and then we allow you to now take tasks and manage your calendar via that block off time. And so here I can go here and take capture notes from a night, drag and drop right onto the calendar, and then increase it. I'm going to need an hour to do that. So not only does it schedule my time to remind me, but it will also block it off so other people don't schedule over it. Again, another nice feature. It still keeps the to-do in the task panel, so in case, whatever, I need to go to Disney World earlier than now, or than 3:30, I still have that on my to-do list. Okay. Another area that we're focusing on in time management is really bringing together both your personal and work life. Today, they're pretty segmented, and it's really hard to kind of get a one view of your day because you're a single person. Why do I have two calendars in two different places to manage my time there? So we are now releasing a new calendar, adding calendar experience. And so this is, none of it is super new, but it's really making the integrations a lot more seamless and a lot easier. And so here you'll see a brand new dialog that has all the different options. So again, the interesting calendars, the sporting events, things that we've already had, calendars from the directory. You'll also see a couple of new types of calendars that we've added. So school calendars, you can go here and you can add elementary, middle school, high school, just based on your zip code, and it'll pull in all that information. Again, not new, pulling in, importing calendars from the internet, but this just makes it so much easier. And I think what we found is people are much more likely to do it when you don't have to jump around to a bunch of different places. Again, we've also partnered with TeamSnap to bring in kids' sporting event calendars here as well. And so really bringing in part of your personal life into your overall calendar. And then the other one, which is really exciting, is the new integration for pulling in personal calendars from Outlook.com and Gmail. And so this, again, is something that's rolling out right now. But we let you kick off the flow to add a new calendar right from your work calendar. Before, what you would have to do is you'd have to go over to Outlook.com, go over to Gmail, share your calendar, then come back over to your work calendar, import it, things like that. Really messy flow, and you're probably likely to break or give up somewhere in between. So here I click on Outlook.com. It already picks up that I'm signed in. So I go through. Super easy. Now it's added. Soon, we don't have it on this tenant yet, but soon you'll have the ability to block off your work free busy using your personal events. And so before, you could have both calendars there, but you would have to create a separate meeting to block off work free busy, or people would schedule right over. Now that's going to be an option that you'll be able to toggle on by default, and then it will pick up your personal events and your free busy. And then here, you can see, I'm not lying, we already pulled this in, and you can see this event coming from my personal calendar here. All right. Now let's jump back over to mail because I had a few other things that I forgot to do. Okay, so one thing that Alan asked me yesterday was to send over some credit card information for the new marketing stuff. And so here I'm going to start typing in credit card to search for this. And one of the big areas of focus for us over this past year was making search great. We brought in some new UX enhancements, but more than anything, we did a lot of relevance and accuracy improvements on the back end. A couple of things that we added in terms of new UX and experiences is bringing in more suggestions into the search experience. So here you'll see that I've searched for it before, and so we have your recent history of searches right here. We also have documents now pulling into the search suggestions. And so again, this is both attachments that are sent in email, but also links that are shared with you from OneDrive. Other entity suggestions that we're bringing soon are things like emails. So if it will detect that I have an email about credit card and just kind of pop that up right there, as well as calendar invites. And so here, I'll search for credit card and then find it. Here's the question where Alan was asking me about the credit card. So I'll start replying and then switch over to the list that Megan sent before. One thing that you just probably caught is that the draft went down into this tab thing at the bottom here. So previously, when you were moving between and you needed to go to another email to reference something, we kind of just shoved it in the drafts folder, and then you had to go back and kind of do this dance or pop it out or something like that. Now, when you're moving off of a draft, we just put it in, minimize it into a tab here, making it really easy to reference other emails. And also, I'm not going to attach it here, but you can drag and drop an attachment, hover, put it over the tab, and drop it in right there. So in this case, I'm going over to get the credit card number, and so I'll pull it out here. And then go back right to my draft. Now, sharing credit card information probably isn't, over email, probably isn't the best idea in the world. Our M365 compliance and security team has been building a ton of new features around in this kind of area, and we've been integrating with a lot of them. So one thing that you'll see is we have sensitivity labels that you can set up that look at essentially a bunch of content that you can apply and do different types of encryption. A new feature that we've just done, and I need to save it so it'll actually show up, here we go, is essentially auto-labeling of information. So what I've gone in as the admin and done is set up, I'm going to look for different types of content. So social security numbers, credit cards, things like that, apply sensitivity labels, and then also do an automatic check. And so essentially, it's seen that I have this credit card number, it's detected it, and now it has placed a sensitivity label here. And then it also tells me that I can't send this to Alan as well. Okay, I guess maybe I'll text him because that's more secure. All right. So they won't let me send that, so I'll go back and then check on my list and see what's next here. Okay. Done that. Dynamic layout. All right, before we get into dynamic layout, one new thing that we've kind of done with OA in the past probably 6 months is look at supporting new scenarios and kind of new form factors or way that people are using it as the web and kind of tech spaces evolved. And so one of those is supporting OA as a progressive web app, or PWA. That they've been talking about it at various talks here this week, if you guys are familiar. So one thing that you can do now is, depending on the browser and the version you have, you'll either see it in the menu or you'll see a little plus button in the address bar, but you can install Outlook Web as an app. And so I'll go through this flow, and it'll kind of pop open Outlook here. You're saying it looks exactly the same. Yes, it does. This is the same version of OA that you're running in the browser, just with a couple of things to make it nicer and get you more closer to a native experience look and feel. So one of the big things that we have here is now you have a one-touch or one-click jumping off point in your launcher, in your taskbar, in your start menu to go directly into OA. Another thing that you have is all the browser Chrome is removed. So you see this, it kind of looks like a normal application. You just have the top here with the title and then a couple of the browser options. The whole idea with progressive web apps is that you're progressively getting more native. And the web platform is building a lot of new features and capabilities that allow us to bring the web closer to what the native apps could do. And as more and more of these become available, OA is going to hook into that right away. So things like registering as mail to links, browser push notifications. So right now we have browser push notifications that you turn on right here. I was trying to demo it, but unfortunately there was too many moving parts to get the browser push notifications to show up. But essentially will give you a new mail notification even if you're not running OA. And so as long as you have the browser process running, you'll get new mail notifications. And then pretty soon we're also bringing in calendar reminders as well as VIP notifications just for people that you favorite. Other areas where you'll be able to kind of hook into more of these native capabilities is around share to target. So ever run into the issue where you're somewhere in the web or on another like Word, Excel, and you want to share a file and then it pops open just the default native mail client that you don't have configured. Soon, once the web platform makes it available, we'll be able to hook into those web share to targets, and so you can immediately send files through OA. Okay, another thing, going back to the to-do list, which was the dynamic layout, the other side of making OA better and more responsive for the different form factors and things is really getting to be smarter when we go into smaller screens. So here I'm gonna resize the browser smaller because not all of us have big high density displays and go full screen. And so what you saw there is once we hit a min width, we automatically collapse the folder pane. Recognizing that you're in a smaller screen, you probably don't need to see your folders by default. And then once you click this toggle button there, we also have the folder pane as a flyout. And so you still have the ability to navigate between all your folders, do everything, but again, it's more optimized for these kind of smaller devices, or maybe if you're zoomed, running a little bit more accessible mode, or if you have it in a split screen, something like that. What's really cool, my favorite is, if we keep going smaller, at some point, we hit another breakpoint, and we decided it doesn't make sense to have the reading pane on. And so we automatically turn that off, and you go into reading pane off mode, where you just have the inbox, and then you can click on one of these here, and it opens in that full screen. So again, before we had these gnarly horizontal scroll bars on top of horizontal scroll bars, it really made OA unusable in all these different scenarios. Now we're being a lot smarter and adaptive to the different ways that you use it. Another great thing here is that along with some of the changes that we made to be more responsive to your device resolutions and layouts, is also optimized for touch. So we've been going through and making all the experiences better for touch, kind of adding padding so you have bigger touch targets. And so with this, we are planning to roll out this as the default desktop. Desktop is the default experience on tablets, and that will be rolling out in the next month or two, excuse me. I don't know if we'll get there by December, but if not, it'll be January, February. Anyways, with this, you'll have the full capabilities of desktop running on your tablet, either on Chrome or iOS. And then, of course, as you kind of rotate or you're going into the split modes, we'll adaptively change it. And so you can have a great experience when you're in portrait or something like that. Okay. Next one. So I need to jump over to a different screen to kind of show the fluid experience. So I'm assuming most of you guys probably saw Fluid in one of the keynotes earlier in the week, other talks throughout Office. This is a brand new framework that the Office team has been developing, and is really kind of like next gen, how do we collaborate? And it, instead of the normal Word doc, PowerPoint, Excel table, really you just have a canvas, and this supports a bunch of different types of things and real-time collaboration. I think they're trying to say that like everything goes through in under 200 milliseconds, probably even less than that. It's super fast, super responsive. This is going out in preview in the next couple of months. When it does, we will automatically support this in OA as well in the form of compose and also reading. And so in this case, if you paste in a link to a fluid document, we'll detect it and automatically convert it into that component you see here. So in this scenario, we have Patty who sent out an email requesting t-shirt info size for an event. Usually the way you do this is you either send a link to a spreadsheet and you have to go over there and make all the changes, or you get a table inline and then everyone replies with, I added my information in the bottom. Super annoying, super inefficient. Now with Fluid, we can work together and all edit this one table without leaving the OA experience, without having to go to SharePoint, and without sending emails back and forth. And so here are two recipients, Pradeep and Nestor, on the two screens here. And so I'm going to go in and say that I want a short sleeve shirt, and then bounce over here, and you see it almost immediately update. And then also going in here, this is what I wanted. You can also see that someone else is editing it in real time. And so you can know who else is in this component editing on this canvas and make sure that you don't have any conflicts or things like that. And so then I'm going to do a large and then go over here and change him to long sleeve. Okay. Again, this is a kind of really cutting edge new stuff. I think this is going to be the future of a lot of our collaboration scenarios, a lot of the things that we do in email. It works across teams, and they're integrating into other apps like OneNote and stuff like that. But this is very cool. Right now, the way it works for us is you have to go and get a link from a Fluid document and paste it into OA. So, eventually we'll have the ability to create some of these canvases right from the OA Compose experiences. Okay. That's a cool little fun thing. All right, one last thing that I wanted to switch over here. So phone. Like I mentioned, we just finished the rewrite and moving everyone over to the new experience on the desktop. We also have support for mobile web on tablets and phones. We've done a lot of work to get tablets working with the desktop experience, making it more touch, responsive, friendly, things like that. Here's our new mobile web experience for your phone. We are still working hard to do this rewrite. Just like the desktop, we're building it from the ground up. Same kind of foundational stuff. It's super, super fast, super reliant on, or super focused on performance. And so here's what you'll see here. One of the big things that we have that we're bringing to the mobile web now is Focused Other. So before you didn't have Focused Other, and that was kind of a pain. I think mobile is probably the place where you want it most. Now we support Focused Other just based off of your desktop settings. We have the swipe actions, just like you saw before. One thing that I wanted to show was really how fast it is. So I'm going to refresh and just get this boot experience. You saw, it's pretty quick. I'm on LTE, not even on Wi-Fi. And so when I go through here and I click and I open one of these messages, it's immediate, right? There's no black magic here. This is really how fast it is. Yep, and so this is a new thing. We're still working on it, and we're targeting probably Q1 of 2020 to release this to everyone and make this the default for mobile web. And again, just like what we saw before, you can also pin this as a progressive web app. And so for whatever reason, Outlook Mobile still has a large set of features and everything, but this is a good alternative because we do recognize that not everyone is using the native app. All right, go back over. All right, finally. Okay, so we showed a lot of different things, a lot of great stuff that we've built, we're working on, should be releasing soon. Everything that we saw was probably in the next couple of months that will roll out. We also have more things that we're working on really hard, but weren't quite at the point where we could demo, or were just really hard to demo, and so I wanted to call some of those out. Some of the things like conditional access, smart session management. So when you have conditional access applied and the user state changes, meaning they go from an internal network to an external network, you now have the option to apply those conditional access policies right away and revoke sessions. Things like shared session timeouts across the suite. And so now when you're in SharePoint, you won't get automatically logged out of OA because you're inactive there. We're doing it once across the suite. Other things that are kind of exciting new features that we have is support for dark mode and compose, scheduled send. And so essentially, if I want to send an email later tonight because I don't want, because I think that's the best time when I can get right in someone's inbox, we're going to allow for that capability. And it's actually going to be pretty nice because it's all going to be server driven. So you don't even have to be running OA for that scheduled send to work. So it's going to be much more reliable. Other things that we have is the advanced room finder. We saw that. And so we're continuing to add more things and make that better. And then finally, a lot of new search and relevancy and accuracy improvements. We are bringing the brand new search experience to both archive mailboxes and also calendar. And so that's one thing that we've seen before. We've had search, but it's been a little slow to get all the different types and new suggestions and things. And so that is now rolling out. One other thing that is working on now, I saw a pull request for it earlier in the week, is support for multiple time zones on the surface. So if you're working with people on other parts of the country or parts of the world, you can now more easily schedule meetings with them by looking at those multiple time zones there. Okay. Thanks. That's it. Saved a couple minutes for some questions in case anyone has anything there.